Mental health disorders encompass a wide range of symptoms, collectively known as psychiatric conditions. The term madman is occasionally used to describe individuals with mental health conditions. This term not only conveys factual information, but also highlights the prejudices and ignorance among the general public, particularly in societies with limited access to treatment, such as the Philippines. In cases where comprehensive treatment is lacking, individuals often seek alternative methods of healing for themselves and others. Dim lights illuminating a space, with background music setting a cheerful atmosphere for a restaurant, people are talking and laughing. It's a place where family, couples or friends can spend time together. This place, however, is not like other restaurants. Van Gogh's Bipolar is a place dedicated to people with mental health problems. Jetro, a middle-aged man dressed in a clean white outfit, who has battled bipolar disorder, explains the concept behind the restaurant.
So in Van Gogh's Bipolar, there's no really menu because it's personalized. And you get to, actually it's surprise and yet it's personalized. So for your main course at the least, you get to choose if you want to feel happy. So for those who want to feel happy, so there's a checklist here. So we'll be giving you your...
The restaurant's name was inspired by the name and condition of world-renowned artist Van Gogh, who faced significant mental challenges, including bipolar disorder. The purpose is to let people know that mental health illness can affect anyone, be they poor, rich, insignificant, famous, or a genius. Jetro's mental health problems began in childhood, as he hid his homosexuality from his strict family and a very conservative society, which consider transgender to be an anomaly and a perversion. Family pressures and taunts from friends caused Jetro to develop a sense of self-disgust. His self-harming escalated into an attempt to take his own life when he was only 8 years old.
I just want to die, and I didn't know that this is called suicide. It's just a child that is so afraid of living life, so it's a lost child and a child that is in living in fear. So horrible.
The incident was ignored because his family chose to let go rather than discuss the root of the problem. Despite his mental health challenges, Jetro supported himself until he graduated with a degree and got a good job. On the outside, he was a successful man, by society's standards. Jetro always felt something was wrong with his mind, though. Then he decided to see a doctor, and was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. He initially denied the truth and sought a second opinion, which confirmed the diagnosis. In the end, Jetro could no longer run away from reality. While fragile mental states may stem from childhood depression, psychiatric disorders are often rooted in abnormalities within the brain. After discovering the exact cause of his bipolar disorder, he decided to undergo treatment. Amid his confusion and fear, Jetro had to deal with and fight his problems alone. He hesitated to confide in anyone about his illness, not even his own family.
Did I tell anyone when I was newly diagnosed? No, because it's like shame. It's very shameful. Like for you to say, I have mental illness. So it was like I kept it as a secret at first.
There are many types of psychiatric illnesses. Only a small number of patients are severe and unable to control themselves. Other patients are, however, stereotyped and branded as mad, with violent tempers ready to cause chaos. Like many countries in the world with conservative societies, mental health in the Philippines was not considered to be on the same level as physical health. It has been relegated to shame. Apart from biological causes, various social and environmental factors contribute to the occurrence of mental health problems in the Philippines. These factors include recurring losses from natural disasters, uncontrolled population growth, economic challenges, quality of life issues, and social inequality. Consequently, over 20% of the population finds itself trapped in a cycle of deteriorating mental health, without access to treatment. The ratio of psychiatrists per population recommended by the World Health Organization is 1 per 100,000 people. The Philippines has only 0.7, while Switzerland has the highest ratio of psychiatrists in the world at 51. In Germany it's 27, and in Finland it's 24 per 100,000 of the population. Due to the lack of access to treatment, both financial constraints and staffing shortages have led many families with mental health problems to seek alternative treatment options. Art supplies and tools are arranged at hand, surrounded by people sitting comfortably, their eyes focused on the front of this small studio. F-Shell, a young woman, was introducing herself to everyone. She's an artist who owns a small business called Glassicology. Cups, bowls, coffee mugs with signature lines and drawings are the main products in the shop. Today she leads a workshop on the use of art therapy for stress relief. F-Shell leads workshops today because art helped her overcome her own depression. She used to feel bored, unmotivated, and this gradually got more serious, to the point where she didn't want to do anything but sleep.
What happened there, I did not know what was going on. I just thought I was lazy and I don't have any drive, motivation to do anything. But my mind is full of things, a lot of things that I didn't know what to do. But sometimes I thought I was okay, and then suddenly you just cry you don't know why. So I think it was stuck inside of me, whatever that feeling was. And one way that helped me put it out there was glass painting.
Scribble and paint as you wish without expecting it to be beautiful or artistically correct. Don't worry about how people will look at it or what they will think about your work. This is the advice that F-Shell gives to the workshop participants before starting to paint on the glassware each person has brought. This is a therapeutic activity. In a gloomy mood and unable to communicate in words, painting freely helped F-Shell to see and understand what was hidden within her feelings. She hopes that this technique will help others as it has helped her. Nowadays, many people tend to worry about what other people think about them, rather than listening to their own needs and the pursuit of happiness. This trend is contributing to an increasing amount of stress, which can subsequently lead to mental health issues. F-Shell also openly acknowledges that this factor significantly contributed to her experience of depression. According to the World Health Organization, 1 in every 4 individuals worldwide will encounter a mental health issue at some stage in their lives. Even though mental health treatment is becoming more accessible nowadays, 2/3 of people with mental health problems remain reluctant to seek help. This is mainly due to the stigma that society attaches to people with mental health issues. The Philippines has a population of 100 million, about 20 million of whom have mental health challenges. This is a society that still has negative attitudes and discriminatory treatment towards people dealing with mental health issues. The farther away from the capital one gets, the higher the level of violence.
There are cases in the province where some Filipinos actually are chained, or they're like in these jails that are made by their families because they can't contain them anymore. And then of course, people would say things like, oh, they're crazy, oh, they're dangerous, avoid them.
Is how do we now empower our communities? Or in another sense, how do we empower groups of people who have...
Silakbo represents the collective voice of young people with mental health histories. There are people who've experienced mental health challenges, psychology students and psychiatrists. Today's workshop, organised by Silakbo, aims to impart fundamental knowledge through a simple activity, such as pairing up the participants. Then they sit and explore, relying on their senses to understand their partner's current emotions. It is intentional listening without having to talk at all. This is to develop the skill of being open-minded, listening, not jumping to conclusions, and not being quick to judge. This is an important basis for providing initial assistance when someone seeks advice.
Before you even refer someone, they have to be listened first, because they're approaching you with a problem that they think they need help with. Sometimes they'll expect a solution, but then what they really need is something more, and listening might help solve most of it already. So I think just learning how to listen, and we're in a fast-paced world. Listening is not an easy skill that people grow up with right now, but it's just something that we can learn, we can be with, especially even with the people we're close to, our families.
Today's activity involves around 10 participants. Most of them are of school and working age. The growing awareness of mental health among Filipino youth can be attributed in part to limited access to mental health care within the public health system.
I think it's really important for my own health and for those of the people around me, since it's not always easy to get take care of yourself or to get professional care. It's good to really just be there for each other and for yourself. So I thought this was a good chance to learn about that.
There was a good sign in 2018 when President Rodrigo Duterte signed into law legislation to boost free mental health services within the nation's healthcare system. The process of drafting regulations is, however, ongoing. Consequently, accessibility to mental health care within the Philippines' public health system remains limited. Visiting a psychologist here costs an average of $43 to $57 per hour. Meanwhile, the average monthly income for a Filipino household of 5 members is only $141. The pressing issue within these families is to earn a livelihood. Problems that are invisible to the naked eye, such as mental health, are not treated as a priority. Seeking basic knowledge without incurring costs to help oneself and family members in order to prevent mental health issues from escalating to severe levels is one of the few options they have.
If you want to see more great content from all over the world, please like the video, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. Thank you.
The approaches here to alleviate mental health symptoms are more appealing and safer than taking pills that can have significant side effects. It also involves maintaining a balanced diet.
She's now 30 years under medication. We call that maintenance. If without meds, she would go crazy. That's why from time to time, I keep visiting the place. Like this one, my second daughter said, "Oh, Mama, Jetro is going to speak about the art and science of healing yourself." I am expecting to learn about the herbal food because he doesn't take medicines, but he's well. So para bang, is that possible?
Now, are you ready to experience?
The speciality of the food in this restaurant is not only its flavour and beautiful presentation, but it is also prepared using simple ingredients and cooking methods. The meals are prepared from ingredients that are proven to have both nutritional and mood-stabilizing benefits, such as their effects on dopamine, serotonin, and gamma-aminobutyric acid, or GABA. These nutrients interact within the body and brain, contributing to mood regulation and relaxation. Here at Van Gogh is Bipolar, food functions like medicine.
And now, yay! And now for your main course. So you chose a happy main course. So we're serving fish. So fish, especially the oil part of the fish, is known to make you happy. Okay. So we're serving salmon steak. And you have the rice also, which is known to make you happy. So we're serving Black Mountain rice.
Black Mountain rice.
So this is one of the rarest kind of rice which is known to make you happy.
Oh wow. Yeah. Where did you get that?
So it's from northern Luzon, northern part of the Philippines. So it's an upland rice. It grows up in the mountains. Yeah.
And it's so like nicely presented, so beautiful.
Thank you, all the time.
Customers who visit the restaurant are required to share their current feelings and emotions. They have to describe the emotional state they wish to achieve, and the chef will design a dish accordingly. Jetro's method of using food as therapy is derived from his personal experience. The day he was diagnosed with bipolar disorder marked the darkest point in his life. During the crucial decision-making moment of ending his life or persevering, he chose to fight on. He turned away from the edge of that ledge and decided not to conceal his illness anymore. He started employing natural methods of self-treatment, focusing on food when the medication's effects hindered his ability to lead a normal life.
I made a choice to heal my illness the natural way, and so I created my own medicine, which I initially called the cuckoo diet, diet for crazy people, but honestly, truthfully, scientifically, it's mood healing nutrition. So it's designed nutritionally and scientifically to activate specific neurotransmitters in the brain known to make you happy and calm. So I decided because there's no side effects.
If medicine can help restore balance to the body and brain, why not try using nature? This question inspired him. Starting with the initial intention of creating a sanctuary to heal the body and mind, Jetro's home environment and cuisine gained the attention of friends, eventually leading him to open the restaurant. Van Gogh is Bipolar not only serves food, but also provides a welcoming space for people seeking psychiatric counseling. This man is suffering from schizophrenia. His family brought him here to address his severe depression and communication difficulties. After participating in the many activities that Jetro's restaurant organizes for free every weekend, a change has occurred.
And they say he's a hopeless case because he's very violent and can't communicate. And today, the family saw how peaceful their child is. Like, they can't believe that he's even socializing and talking. And so they were surprised. And I was explaining them that, you know, not just people with psychosocial conditions, but everybody, the primary need of a human being is to feel safe.
Walking through the doors of Van Gogh is Bipolar feels like entering a fantasy world decorated with furniture of various styles and eras. Amidst the visual turbulence, we find it surprisingly calm. It's a deliberate mismatch that reflects society's stereotypical view of people with mental illness. Jetro has already been cured of his bipolar disorder. He was fortunate to be diagnosed with a mild condition and was treated promptly. Not everyone is as fortunate as Jetro, though. There are many people in society who struggle with mental health issues, some of whom may not even know they have one. Mental health treatment, like physical health, has both strengths and weaknesses. When problems arise, they can be treated and prevented from reoccurring. Whether by using drugs or taking care of the body, mind and emotions in various ways, the sooner it is detected, the easier it is to treat.
Anytime you feel like it, where you want to just be listened to, because what we want to push for is that therapy isn't just for if you have a deep, dark problem, a heavy problem, but to any problem, anything that you just want someone to listen, because therapy is a space for you to just, shed it off, take down your armor, and just be with someone who you know can listen to you.
Mental health issues can be the result of many factors. From the physical side, like abnormalities in brain substances, hormonal systems, and genetics. They may be due to personality, emotional development and environment, like social and economic conditions. Being sick with a psychiatric disorder is already a terrible thing when it's left untreated, especially when societal prejudice makes it even worse. The answer for patients is not only financial assistance and healthcare, but understanding and social recognition.